This is StiltzkinKupo84, representing Cat and Fan Gamer TV. We are playing Final Fantasy 12, and this is an all shields playthrough. So no two-handed weapons of any kind. Only one-handed weapons, and all players must wield a shield at all times. So, with that said, we were looking at taking on the White Moose hunt in the Garam Scythe Waterway. However, it's a level 5 hunt, and the Merilith was also a level 5 hunt, and that gave us an incredible amount of difficulty. And the White Moose would give us even more difficulty in that it really can only be defeated by magical means because its defense is so high. So because of that, we're going to advance the story a little bit because we want to get the aura magics that are in the Ep18 village, Fran's home. Now, hopefully, we can get inside there and buy the aura magics before we progress the story too far. Because once you get Lente's Tear, then some more hunts arise, and we don't want that. So we want to be able to get the aura magics before we get Lente's Tear and break away. So in order to even get to the Ep18 village, we're going to have to go through the story mode here in Jahara. So we're going to meet with the Great Chief. Pretty cool mask.
This nethicite.
Really weird nails.
You have used it.
It was not I who used it. Indeed, I had hoped you could show me how. Thus I've come.
You do not know the workings of the stone. Then we are no different.
What?
In ages past, the gods made a gift of nethicite to my people. But the manner of its use eluded us. Displeased by our failure, the gods took back their stones. They chose instead to give them to a Yum king. Called the Dynast King, he used the nethicite's power to bring peace to a troubled time. It is a curious thing. Though the blood of King Wraithwolf flow through your veins, you cannot wield nethicite.
Cannot wield it? So then, am I to understand you can't tell me how to use the stone?
Though it shame me so to admit, here before me stands a descendant of the Dynast King himself, and I can accord her no help at all. Still, even if you knew how to use the nethicite, you would find it of small avail. The mist collected in the stone over ages past is lost, and with it, the stone's power. It will be your posterity who wield the stone in ages yet to come.
So we used it all. It's a dead
This
battery.
stone is devoid of power, empty, yet full of thirst, a terrible longing to drink the world dry. The power of men
Well, that sucks.
and of magic, of good and of evil.
Oh, who's this walking up?
It is often those who desire nethicite whom the nethicite itself desires.
Larsa?
This is Larsa. Well, alright.
To Baromi says.
I say we ought leave tomorrow. I was going to wait for my escort to return, but meeting you here has presented a great opportunity. This terrible war can be stopped, but I will need your help to do so.
A war?
You know the Marquis Ondor leads a group of insurgents. Your pardon. He leads a large resistance force against the Empire. Lady Ash, neither of our countries can afford this now. The Rosarian Empire would stir. They would aid the resistance and use this aid as a pretext to declare war on Arcadia, and Arcadia would have no choice but to answer. Lady Ash, let us go to Ber Omases. With the blessing of his grace, the Grand Kiltius Anastasis, you may rightly wear your crown and declare the restoration of the Kingdom of Dalmasca. As Queen, you can call for peace between the Empire and Dalmasca and stop Marquis Ondor.
For peace? How dare you say that? The Empire attacked us, stole all we hold dear, and you would have me save them from war?
Dalmasca would be the battlefield. What if Nethicite were used on Rabanasta? You know my brother would do this.
He knows his brother's a
Forgive me.
evil.
I presumed overmuch. I could think of no other way to avoid bloodshed. If you cannot trust me, then please, take me as your hostage.
Please, Ash, take me as your hostage.
You saw him, didn't you? Like at the king's tomb.
So you did see him too.
Why is
But
he
why?
seeing Rassler?
It's strange.
It's never
Before,
explained.
I didn't even know what you looked like. And the prince? I barely knew there was a prince. Who knows? Maybe the person I saw was my brother.
Bosch told me about him.
He enlisted right at the end. But for what? He knew he couldn't win.
To protect something.
How could he protect anything when he's dead? Was it different for Prince Rassler? Did that make sense? Hating the Empire, getting revenge, it's all I ever thought about. But I never did anything about it. I mean, I realized there was nothing I could do. It made me feel hollow, alone. And then, I'd miss my brother. I'd say stuff like, I'm gonna be a sky pirate, or some other stupid thing. Just anything to keep my mind off it. I was running away. I needed to get away from his death. That's why I followed you. You know what? I'm through with it. I'm through running. I'm ready to find my purpose. To find some real answers. Some reasons. If I stick with you, I think I will.
I wish I knew.
I'll find him.
So this is a very busy part because we have a bunch of different scenes that come into play here. This is Vaughn's little sad story of, you know, wanting to find his new purpose. And I'm pretty sure that this constitutes the very last bit of character development that we see in Vaughn at all in the whole game.
I will accompany you to Mount Baromises.
I could be wrong,
I had hoped you'd say yes. I'm glad.
but I'm pretty sure Penelo's
My
done
heart is
developing
not
as a
set. I
character
still
too.
have questions. I hope to find answers along the way.
I had other reason to invite you. There is someone I'd like you to meet, waiting on Ber Omases.
Who is that?
An enemy, and an ally also. You will just have to wait and see for yourself.
Come here, you little nitwit.
That Larsa likes his secrets.
He does not mean ill by it.
He's not bad. At least for an Imperial.
So Lars is trying to basically tell Ash to sort of go see the Pope of this world on Mount Bur-Omises,
Holy
because
Mount
the Pope
Bur-Omises stands at the northern end of the Jagd Remuda.
can tell
Once we're
everyone
in
that
Jagd,
she is the
we need
queen.
not fear pursuit by their airships.
Don't get your hopes up.
And,
You remember the Leviathan sailed straight over the Yacht right up to Wraithel's tomb. Skystone that works even in Yacht. You know, Nethersight's behind it. Little wonder they're so keen on the stuff.
so what they're saying here is that
And what is it you're after, Balthier?
this southern
You're a
continent
welcome hand and a great aid, but why?
is supposed
Why'd
to
I'm out
be
to steal the Nethersight, eh?
covered with
Can't
mist,
say I'm unaccustomed to people doubting my intentions.
and that's what has allowed ships to sail over this for
Nothing
so
could be
long.
further from my mind. Shall I swear by your
well,
sword
no.
or some such?
The continent we came from, Damascus
Apologies,
continent, is
But I needed to know
has
where you
mist.
stand. Her
That,
Majesty depends on you, and you seem to have an interest in the stone.
Has allowed the ships to sail.
I'm only here to see how the story unfolds.
And this
Any
southern
self-respecting leading
continent,
man would do the same.
is supposed to not have the mist. So the airships are not supposed to be able to sail over here. But they also weren't supposed to be able to sail over the Namiensa. And they did. So, you know, Arcadian technology is enough that they're building ships that can sail where they're not supposed to be able to sail now in the sky. So, so you will leave. Take this as a token of our parting. A recurve crossbow and a quiver of onion bolts. Awesome. Stuff we can't use. I have spoken with the Mughal. She will not charge you for the first use of the chocobos. Take care on the road ahead. It should lead back to our land. Oh, should it lead back to our land, you are a welcome guest. Spirits of the land watch over you. So the Gareth chief couldn't tell us how to use the stone. He actually, what he did say was that even if we knew how, we can't use it because it's depowered. It's a dead battery and it's trying to get recharged now. So there's that. Anyway, there's a chocobo to... Oh, we have a free use of a chocobo here. We're supposed to be able to go to Galmor Jungle with it. And... I guess we can do that, because... I'm trying to look at Galmor Jungle maps to see what kind of equipment that is here that we might want. There's a Burgeonet, there's a Mage's Hat, there's a Red Cap. But those are right by the Urut village. The Burgeonet, I don't know if that is a better or worse armor than what we already have, so let's look at the Foe Breaker. Okay, so we have Burgeonet and shield armor. Looks like a higher helm than what our gold helm is, but a lower helm than what the bone helm is. So a Burgeonet is actually not as good as our bone helm that we have already. So I don't think we even want to go for the Burgeonet, because that seems like sort of a waste of time. And I'm looking up just what it does. It doesn't have any like magic power, vitality, speed stats that make it stand out. So really, it's only another so-so headpiece that we already have a more a stronger version of. So we'll go ahead and we'll use this Moogle here. Oh, we do want to buy a map. I can't believe we didn't get the Asmon Plain map earlier. I'm usually pretty thorough about maps in my playthroughs. Oh, you know what? We haven't explored that place back there. Let's go ahead and just explore the rest of Jahara as thoroughly as possible, just to make sure that we haven't left anything out. Is there any more dialogue between Supinelu and the High Summoner? Okay, so there's these two that we can talk to. High Chief Zayalu. Sorry we could tell you nothing about the Nethicite. Still, you're welcome to visit our village again. Our war chief has warmed to you considerably. Great Chief Ubal-Ka. You go to Mount Omises. Yes, there is one in the village selling provisions. You might speak with him. Yeah, we've spoken with him prior. Okay, so this is the area where we came to get the hunt for the Enceladus that we've already caught. The low chief. Harmonia leaf you carry. Should your path lead the village of Giza, would you deliver this leaf to one named Lucina? This leaf is from an herb that grows only in Asmon Plain. Because of the Enceladus, neither us nor the nomads in Giza could gather it. You would be doing them a great service. Alright, so we'll be in Giza shortly, I think. Maybe not in the course of this video, but shortly in the course of the playthrough at least. Yeah, so he's warning us against elementals. I think there's a little something that's supposed to be here. Yeah, there it is. A pheasant Netsuki. Now what does that do? Let's see, it is an accessory, and we're going to see what it does. It improves potency of restorative items, such as potions. Okay, so we have one of those now. That's good. We'll go ahead and sort our accessories. I like to auto-sort just because... I guess just because. Now I think there's maybe an optional chest that sometimes shows up here and sometimes doesn't. You find a mask odd. You took it upon. You may look upon it all you wish, yet I will not take it off. Lend it or sell it. All Garif receive a mask the day they are born, not to be removed until the day they die. This has always been our custom. Now you would think that would cause cranial fracturing. I don't know. He's a youth and his head is that big. Let's look at an elder. And his head seems to also be that big. So the horns got bigger, and that's about it. So do they grow cranial tissue through their horns, or are they, like, if they can't grow bigger heads because the mask is there, I don't know. Maybe the mask is not as rigid as we think it is, and maybe it will expand when the skull expands, but just to issue some funny narrative here, if the skull never expands because of the mask, and the head stays the same size, and the brain is not allowed to grow, then maybe they're intellectually retarded from being able to learn the magic that they needed in order to wield the stones, and that's why they had the stones taken away from them and given to King Wraithwall. I mean, who's to say, really? They do seem a little dim, and yeah, peaceful. Also, I guess, you know, you could admire them for their simplicity, but if an entire civilization of people is admired simply for their simplicity, you have to wonder, what is their intellectual worth to the rest of the world? I mean, they've figured out herding because they have Nenaz. So, take it for what it is. You've not ridden a chocobo, not to worry. Just be mindful that you've a limited amount of time for your ride, Kupo. Now this limited amount of time is actually way more than what we'll need. Well, we don't have to fight those chocobos. Now we can go off on some little side trails here through this bushes here, and that will lead us... Sure, let's go. Anyway, let's just go. Because this leads us to these flats here. Now, they won't let us through. These mines are sovereign territory of the Arcadian Empire. You have no business here. Kindly take your leave. So they won't let us through. But since we're here, let's dismount. Because we can get some treasure. And we'll get 100 gil. Not very great. If we approach them again, they will again tell us to leave. Let's see, it's pot here. A remedy! Why do I have a feeling that these areas, these pots could be giving us better things? Let's see. There's that treasure, there's a float moat. There's a whole bunch of zoos over there, or whatever they're called at this point in the game. Woos or news or whatever, I don't know. Okay, so we got off to get those chests, and apparently that was it. A wayward chocobo. Quay, this chocobo seems to have been separated from its friends. It looks lonely. And this is, I think, the only chocobo in the game that you can hire outside of a stable and without the use of a Geiselgreen. Because, I mean, I'm pretty sure you need a Geiselgreen for most chocobos that you find. But you know, that was a one-time crack at some treasure chests that I think could have been something pretty cool, but we didn't actually find anything there, so I'm a little let down.
This one was a success.
Wow, I'm impressed, Bon.
I got a good feeling.
An alliance between Dalmasca and the Empire.
Reason tells me 'tis the only course. We must avoid a wasting war with the Empire at all cost. Yet I fear I could not bear the shame, had I but the strength.
A shame perhaps for me and for you. But for Dalmasca it is hope.
And you can just accept this, can you?
After Vane's ruse, I had abandoned hope for honor. Yet never did I forget my knightly vows. If I could protect but one person from war's horror, then I would bear any shame. I would bear it
I
proudly.
think Bosch is abs are
I could not defend my home.
more defined.
What is shame to me?
I don't think that I ever noticed them before.
My people hate the Empire. They will not accept this.
There is hope.
Right?
Pre-rendered.
Don't encourage
They're
Hope for
there.
a
I mean, I
future
don't know
where
if
we
there's
can
any
join
character
hands
model.
I
as
got a
brothers.
good feeling.
Larson, please. This is serious.
I'm sorry.
Don't be Larsa. Somebody's got to put him in his place.
We see a lot more of Van than we see of Bosch as a character model. So, I mean, it'll be a while before we get to see Bosch anyhow.
The Senate may play at intrigue, but Lord Vane is not one to be brought down easily. The entire military waits upon his orders, from the War Council down to the rank and file. What better blade than he to strike down the enemies of the Empire?
Your Honor reminds me of Zet 2 years since. He, too, put his trust in Lord Vane's strength, and what became of him? Gone without a trace since Napodis.
I will not hear you malign Judge Sect. He was a noble warrior. Or do you think his trust in Lord Vane ill-placed?
Vane took 2 of his own brothers' lives. He is ruthless beyond contempt.
Ruthless, you say? Would he were more so. He gives traitors no quarter, be they of his own blood. How fitting for one who would bear the burden of empire.
But could we bear him? Zagabath, what of you? Surely you do not believe his brothers were traitors?
So found His Excellency Lord Gramis, you would do well to mind your tongue, Drace. That matter is long past.
So,
Your Honors, a
Vane's
summons.
killed his 2 older brothers.
Lord Vane has arrived at the palace.
We come at once.
And at least one of these judges is a fanboy of him. The other one seems to
Lord
dislike
Larsa
him.
has left for Baromises.
An
He
older
hopes to
one
enlist
seems
the aid of the
to
Grand Kiltius in stopping the insurgents.
discourage her from talking bad about
I
him.
doubt this will be enough to deter Ondor, but even a slight hindrance to his operations would be welcome. This will delay the Rosarian invasion, and we will have bought much-needed time to shore up our defenses.
Just as His Excellency had hoped.
No matter the result, I'm pleased with the young lord's progress. I can already see the stunned faces of those mud-witted senators. The fools think a child emperor's strings easy to pull from the shadows. But they will find that Lord Larsa is no puppet.
Yes, the senators would be most pleased with a puppet for an emperor. Recall, Drace, how the Senate fears and despises Lord Vane's ability. When they realize the truth, that Lord Larsa is no docile lamb to be shepherded, they will bare their teeth and devour him.
You're right. I shall speak on this matter with His Excellency at once. Gabranth, it falls to us to protect Lord Larsa. Are we agreed?
Aye.
So they're like, they've got a secret pact going that they're going to be the ones making sure Larsa is okay. I'm going to dismount here because we have some people to interact with. Let's see, this guy. Oh, we can't talk to him. Oh, we've talked to this guy before. Okay, so let's go ahead and save. Alright, Banks of the Sogoat. I'm going to go ahead and save over a different file here. Just because I'm not sure where the cutoff is exactly. Because we want to get far enough to where we can get the aura magic, but we don't want to go so far that we are obtaining Lente's tier. But we get access to Galmar Jungle now. And I believe there is a flame brand here, a flame tongue here. But I don't think that we want that. I don't think it's any good to us right now. Because we have one for Ash. So, really none of this stuff is any good until we get to the northeast cell. Or at least the cell that's directly northeast of here. We got some co-world type creatures to fight. Let's see, so we can go down this way because I'm trying to reveal as much of the map as I possibly can here. So we're sort of just going to try to go the wrong way first. And we're holding up pretty well against these monsters, which says that we're not weak. At this point in the game, we're doing pretty good to be able to stand up to these guys. He tried to lead us into a fight with the Marlborough, and actually he has. He was successful there. What we can do is at least avoid a fight with two more. We have a couple of people who are going to be stoned soon, and that's not good because we are heading into this fight with these two Cerberuses here, so we're gonna have to... We're soft. Do we have any soft? Oh, gold needle, that's what it is in this game. It's a gold needle. So we'll go ahead and hand those out. Gold needle. Give one to Penelo too. Now these guys are giving us a bit more trouble. So there's definitely a difficulty curve here. Now that we have only one of them, we should be able to handle it a lot better. Good going, Larsa. Some more combos. Yeah, we're definitely much better able to handle one of these than two of these. Okay, so we have reached the first barrier that we can't get past, because we don't have Lentius tier. Now, if we fail to interact with the Viera, we may be able to sneak out of there without gaining the Lentes tier, so we're going to try to do that. We're going to try to get in and out of the Erut village without doing too much story. I know that the shopkeeper there is in the inner entrance. You know, they're like right by the entry gate into Erut village, and I'm not sure if he's there from the very start or if he's there after some story thing or what, but this seems very dangerous what we're doing right now, taking on 3 Marlboros. We're now at the level that it was recommended we be at for the Earth Tyrant fight, and the Earth Tyrant fight we've left long in the dust. So here's a map of Galmar Jungle, which is great to have. We're gonna fight this guy here. Just because he's good for LP right now. But I think we're gonna return to the upper path and take the upper path. Just to cover more area. I want to leave no stone unturned. Coral pelt. At some point, I'm gonna have to show you guys like a good bizarre video that shows you what you get for trading all this stuff in at a bazaar. Now these are gargoyles. We found some imps in the Zertanen caverns that are a lot tougher than these guys. We're mowing through these gargoyles here, and those imps pretty much were almost wasting us. They were almost one-shotting us. So we're not doing too bad here. Oh, it looks like we're walking into an entire swarm of 5 enemies here, which is not good. I think sometimes the, as much as we try to kite the computer AI, I think it pretty much kites us, too, if it can. Like, I think it's very subtle, but I think it's definitely, something ingrained in the AI of the monsters to, like, walk away from you just at the right time. Alright, let's see. So we're coming along something here. Looks like we're going out this way. And now we're in this sort of a ring, so we're gonna take the wrong way through the ring to get the most license points. And again, we're walking into what, 4, well, at least 3 enemies. That Marlboro always seems to mercifully walk away from what we're doing. Just the right moment. Okay, so we're going to follow this around. This is where we would have emerged had we taken the other exit through here. Here's a couple of Marlboros. And there's another Lenties tier gate that we can't get past. But I definitely want to explore the area leading up to them. See? Can't get through. Now let's fight this Marlboro. It's all by his lonesome. Hopefully we get him destroyed before the other one comes back, because there were 2 in this area. Let's see. One went up this way? No? No, this one went this way. So it's a good thing that they missed, because the bad breath can be pretty bad. It can leave some pretty gnarly status effects on you. Especially when you start dealing with the higher level Marlboro creatures, like the Cassies and the things like that, found later on. They're quite debilitating if you don't have the right accessories equipped. So those 2 those 2 bags that we found, they were supposed to contain some kind of equipment in there that would be useful to us. And as you saw, they did not, so we're gonna have to come back. Maybe try to grind that location.
What is it?
The jungle denies us our passage.
What have we done?
We? No. I.
What's that mean? How are we supposed to get through that?
Making an appearance?
She made some
Come on, I'm
mad.
talking over here.
I thought you'd left for good.
Hey!
Our choices are few.
Friend? Balthier!
This is as much for you as it is me.
Oh?
You are ill at ease. The Nethicite troubles you. You've let your eyes betray your heart.
Right.
What are you doing?
Soon you will learn.
So she's created a magical road.
Whoa.
Of leaves through the forest.
We go to seek aid of the Viera who dwell ahead.
I bet they'll be glad to see you after so long.
I am unwelcome, an unsought guest in their wood.
So there's some family issues here, obviously. Okay, so we have found the 3 barriers to places that we can't go because we don't have Lente's tier, which is fine. We don't want Lente's tier right now. We just want to try to just sneak in here and sneak out with whatever aura magics we can find.
In the village ahead, you will find her, Mjern. Bring her to me. She will know why you call her.
There they are. Her little Moogle buddies. Lulus. And Tetran. Alright, Tetran. Now can we leave? Alright, the game does not stop us from leaving. That's good. That's very good. Okay, so we can leave. So that means I can save here. Let's save in the Urut village. Before we blow any cash. Let's see. Urut village. There's supposed to be a spell in here, and I'm gonna try to see if we can get that spell without being drawn too far into the story. If I find that's not true, then I'll just give up on trying to get this spell right now. But so it looks like all these Playboy Bunny looking ladies have took notice of us, and one of them's got an arrow. It would be really bad if she tried to shoot us. I'm gonna give you guys spoilers. They don't try to shoot us at all. So that's not really even something we need to worry about. Alright, let's see. Is the spell here? No spell. You are unwelcome in the woods. She will not suffer humans to walk her virgin paths. Her bearers deny you. Leave now whilst you may. Ooh. They don't like us. And if we talk to these people, you'll see none of them like us right now. We're very unliked and unwelcome. But The thing is, I'm trying to see if we can get a spell here. So I'm not going to talk to all these people because I don't actually want to advance the story that much. So, I know that there's a spell around here that we really want. There's a magic. And I really believe that if we go into the next frame, we'll have to talk to somebody and have to advance the story. So let's prepare to save and to quit and reload right up in here, because it's pretty much what I think we're gonna have to do. But I'm looking for that magic we're supposed to be able to find now. Pretty sure over there, if we walk that way, pretty sure we'll encounter the cinematic that I'm talking about. Yeah, right here. Well, let's see where this leads. So we can get out of here without Lente's tear, then we'll be
Hey,
alright still.
Mjorn lives here, doesn't she? We're here to see her.
You will leave at once. It is not allowed for humans to walk on these grounds.
We'll go as soon as we've seen Mjorn.
If you can find her.
We're not leaving until you let us see her. Fine then. We'll look for her ourselves.
Ah.
I've heard the voice of the wood. She says Mjorn is not in the village. Jote, where has she gone?
Why do you ask? The wood tells us where she has gone. Or can you not hear her? You cannot. Your ears are dull from hearing their harsh speech, I think. Viera who have abandoned the wood are Viera no longer. Mjorn too has left her embrace.
And you forsake them in turn?
It is the will of the village. Viera must live always with the wood. So is the green word, and so is our law.
The green word, huh?
We'll let you worry about keeping your laws. Just do us a favor and stay out of our way. We'll find her ourselves.
Oh, is this where she gives us Lente's tear? I hope not.
Our sister has left the wood and gone west. She wanders warrens among men who hide themselves in clothes of cold iron. Thus to me has the wood spoken.
The Viera may begin as part of the wood, but the wood is not the only end we may choose.
The same words I heard 50 years ago.
50 years ago. Well, Fran's not. Is she? Wow. Okay, so here's the treasure that I was talking about, haste. This is why I was willing to brave past a story scenario, because haste is just an amazing ability. We got it, and I don't think we have Lente's Tear yet, which is good. Key items, let's look. No Lente's Tear. No mention of even getting Lente's Tear yet, so I'm pretty sure that we have to chase after this Mirn lady and find her and bring her back in order to get the Lente's Tear from who's the big sister there, Jote? So Jote won't give us the Lente's Tear until we've, I guess, sort of done something for them. So we're going to take this opportunity to hang the story and not do that thing for them that they want done. Okay, so we should be able to go right back to Tetraran here, which is a very weird name for a Moogle, I have to say. It just doesn't fit most of the Moogle names that we've heard thus far. Okay, so here's another thing. I knew there was a treasure down here. It just wasn't scripted to be there yet. Okay, so it's an ether, so not that big of a deal. Certainly not as big as haste. Haste was a huge thing for our party, and as we begin to use it, you will see why. I mean, it's pretty much the main reason to have a time battle mage in your party. It's like their main spell. Most useful thing they got.
Not bad, Vaughn. Didn't think we'd get any information out of that one. So then, what was she saying about men in a warren?
The Henna-Magicite mines. Maybe that's what she meant. They lie in Bangkor, south of the Osmone Plain. The entire region is a colony of the Arcadian Empire. There would be soldiers.
Is that a problem? Let's move.
Fran.
Yes?
I was wondering what Yote said, you know? About how you said the same thing 50 years ago?
Your point?
How old were you again?
She just gives an old lady scowl.
Surprisingly rude.
Try to grow up, please.
I think that's my favorite line that Vaughn ever says in the whole game. So, yeah, with that, Vaughn returns to somewhat of a joke character. He's kind of, I don't know. I wouldn't say he's all comedy relief, but he's certainly swings a little bit that way from here on out. So, yeah, that's pretty much, if you want all the best parts of Vaughn, I'm pretty sure we've explored them all in this game so far. I thought you looked familiar. You are the one who helped us out in the Leviathan. Yeah, we remember you. We had quite a time reaching this village. I hope you don't think we followed you here, Kupo. That wouldn't do at all. Would you like to see my wares? Yep, we want to buy. We want to not your weapons. We want your magics. Suna, Thundara, Break. Now I thought we were supposed to have Blizzara here. Maybe not. Maybe we get Blizzara. So we had a Fira already. We had a Thundara already. Or we got a Thundara while we were here. I wonder where Blizzara is at. That's weird. I really thought that, I don't know, I had this perception that all of the Ara magics were in the Arut village, and perhaps I was wrong, because it seems like they're scattered. Looks like Thera was picked up in Jahara. and Thundara, obviously Irut Village. Blizara, oh, we won't find until Baromises. So, dang, well, alright. At least we got the Thundara, and that, I think, is... Oh, yeah. Nice little bit of advice, Tetran. I think the Thundara is what we need to hurt the White Flan. I could be wrong in that, but I don't think that Firo was the type of element that we needed. So, I mean, Tetran right now is selling the Demon's Bane and all of these other two-handed weapons that we can't use anyway, so that's not really helping us at all, is it? And the Red Cap and Brigandine isn't helping. None of this equipment is actually helping us, but Flame Shield, however, could be a different thing, because I don't think we have any, so let's go ahead and get 6 of these. 19,000, we don't... Let's see, where... I don't think we... I think there's a spot where we can buy flame shields, or where we can find flame shields out on the world map so that we don't have to buy them. I'm gonna look that up. Naheni Mines and Paramana Rift are where we have to go, so we would have to advance the storyline in order to find any more flame shields. Want to hear something scary, Kupo? I have it on good authority. There are monsters which mimic crystals and pounce when you touch them. That's scary, Kupo. A little chilly inside the village. I've decided to set up shop out here instead. Oh, that's just the first part of what he already told us. Okay, so let's save without having bought any fire shields. Because let's hang on to our money if we can, guys. I guess we can use this crystal to teleport directly back to Rabanastre. And hopefully we'll be able to hunt the white moose and go to the hunt board, and there will have been no more hunts that showed up. So if you like what you watched, go ahead, like and subscribe, hit the notification button, whatever you can to bring my daughter's channel some more popularity. She will appreciate it, and I will too. I'll see you guys in the next video.